Hello and welcome once again to my 11 plus maths problem solving sessions. The question we have now here, now in this video we will be solving 3 questions. So this is the first question. At Ali's shop, a multi-pack of 8 toilet rolls costs £2.40. At Mia's shop, the cost per toilet roll is twice as much. How much is a pack of 3 toilet rolls at Mia's shop? So let us do this question. So it's now this um, uh, the thing I wanted to point out here is that the twice as much part. So this twice as much means it is twice as much as £2.40. So we are saying here that 8 toilet rolls cost £2.40, and at Mia's shop 8 toilet rolls will cost twice as much, so twice of 2.40. So how much will 3 toilet rolls cost? So that's how we will work it out. So we will say that Ali shop, if I say Ali shop. So my writing is a bit messy, excuse me for that. I'm using a horrible pen to write on a computer screen. So the Ali shop will cost, so 8 rolls. We have 8 toilet rolls will cost pound 2.40. So at Mia's shop, it's going to cost 8 toilet rolls will cost pound 2.40 times 2. So that is pound 4.80. So that will cost pound 4.80. So now the question is, how much will 3 toilet rolls cost? So 3 toilet rolls will cost equals 4 equals 4.80 divided by 8 multiplied by 3. So that is going to be 0.6, and so this cost is going to be 1.82. So the cost is 1.82. Okay, so hopefully that answers this question. Let's go to the next one. This one tells me, write down the number of lines of symmetry or mirror lines for each shape. So the first one, we can have one along vertically, and that's going to be 1 because it cuts the shape exactly into 2 halves. There'll be another one horizontally. It's going to cut the shape exactly into 2 halves. My lines are not straight, but your lines will be straight because you'll be using a ruler to do it. I do not have a ruler here. So then I'm going to write 2 here. The next shape, this one, I was thinking there could be a line of symmetry, but there is no line of symmetry, because if I am to draw a line this way, this line doesn't really cut the shape into 2 equal halves. This is same on both sides, looks the same, but I have nothing on this side for this little triangle, so it doesn't work. So I have to say that for this shape there are zero lines of symmetry. Okay, so next question. This one is a bit tricky, I think, and what we have to do is, it takes 9 liters of paint to cover the surface of the cube on the left. Okay, so this cube is a Rubik's cube. It looks like a Rubik's cube, but the question is not about the cube as such. I think it is more to do with the squares that make up this cube. So we have to look at the little squares that are making it up. So we have to count the number of squares. Let us look at the question again. It takes 9 liters of paint to cover the surface of the cube on the left, how many liters of paint would it take to cover the surface of the shape on the right? So let us see how many cubes are there. So we're going to do a bit of counting here. You can do it even without counting. You may know everything, but to be very clear and to explain this question, I will do a bit of counting. So bear with me, please. So we will do the counting. So how many squares are there? If you look at this face, if you look at this face, one big square. So this cube has one big square, and within each big square it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these green dots that I'm putting in go on to, sorry, green lines, maybe dots, too many I put in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 9 small squares inside one big square. And in this cube, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces. So each face has 9 squares. Okay, so how many squares are there? So if I write for this cube, the small squares equals 9 times 6 equals 54. Okay, so is that clear? So can I write it again a little better? Because I think it's very important to get this little fact right. How many small squares do we have? So we have, so if I write small small squares equals 9 times 6 equals 54. Okay, so there are 54 small squares. Now what we will do is we have to count the number of squares in the picture on the right as well. So the number of squares in this picture is, now they seem to have cut out some squares. They have removed some squares from from a part of the cube. But however, let us have a look. That's why I said at the beginning that we will be counting instead of looking at the cube as a sort of a Rubik's cube, a number of little cubes that are there. We will ignore the number of little cubes that are in a Rubik cube, and instead we will just concentrate on the surface. So because the 9 liters of paint that are being applied on the surface, not on the inside. It doesn't get to the inside, so on the surface. So we're concerned about surface. Okay, so we will count again the number of squares that are there in the shape to the right. So we will count the number of squares. So we will count the number of the smaller squares again. Okay, so that's what we will write, and we counted here the small squares are 54, and the number of small squares here is going to be, now we can't see, there are 9 squares already, because this face already has 9 squares. This face has 9 squares, the face that we cannot see. At the bottom, this face has 9 squares, so it is already 9 times 3. And then plus we have to do the squares here. So I'll do in purple, I'll draw a line along the squares that we are counting. So we've got 9 times 3, that's done. So we'll add the square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So there are 27 squares here. So plus 27. So what do we get? We get 27 plus 27, that is 54. This is equal to this. So it would take 9 liters. So the same number of squares in both the figures. So therefore, it is going to take us 9 liters of paint to cover the surface of the shape on the right. I hope this answers the question. Any problems, any clarifications needed, anything you don't agree with, please do leave a comment. And finally, thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you find these videos useful. Thank you for your time. Bye.